Hello and welcome to the channel. In tonight's episode, I'm bringing to you something that I just took off the front porch. It was just delivered, so let's talk about it. How is everyone doing today? I hope everyone is well and well cared for. In today's episode, and I do apologize, the sun is moving and I'm on the back porch, so I really hope you all can see me. We're not going to be here for long, but I just got something in the mail today. I've wanted something like this for several years, but I talked myself out of getting it. I tend to do that. I'll buy some stuff and not buy other things. And I've fallen many times over the past 3 years. And several of those times I've fallen, it was my fault because there was an obstacle in my way. My feet got tangled up, and like a sack of potatoes, I'm on the ground. Now, have y'all ever seen in movies where people fall and they see themselves falling and they're trying to stop themselves? They're like, oh, I'm falling. That's been me. So I said to myself about a week ago, what do you want? Do you want to spend the money on the item, or do you want to spend the money at the hospital or the clinic? What do you want? So I decided, let me show you. I decided I didn't want a hospital bill, not because I keep falling, not because there are obstacles in my way that I could pick up, but I don't pick them up, not all of them, because I'm using them. And I'll say, oh, I'm just going to leave it there because if I put it away, I'm just going to have to go back and get it. Y'all, if you're like me, let's stop it. I am a full-fledged AARP carrying middle-aged woman. I can't keep falling on the ground. I never thought about so much health and mortality since I got over the age of 50 plus. And every time I do something, I'm like, ooh, well, don't want to do that. I might hurt my hip. Ooh, I might hurt my knee. Ooh, I might hurt my ankle. And it's real because I do have certain problems that have come on because I am a certain age. My knees, my feet, and this left hip. Y'all, this left hip, I think I told y'all in a previous video that I have had to have x-rays, up the wazoo x-rays because of this hip. But anyway, let's get into this box. And if you're like me, let's do our best to stop doing these things because we cannot keep putting ourselves in situations that we know are going to be problematic. At our age, we have got to do better. So I went ahead and spent the money on the thing so that I don't have to spend money at the clinic or the hospital. Let's get into it. All right, everybody. This just arrived at the front porch. And I'm sure you already know what it is. So let's do an unboxing and let's see if I can get this hung up because I'm the only one home and I only have two hands. And I can't ask my neighbor because guess what my neighbor did? Y'all, my neighbor fell too. My neighbor fell in the backyard, then she fell in the house, and her daughter called me and asked me, can I go see about her? So, got to stop falling. Got to stop falling. Let's open this box. All right, everybody. Like I mentioned, I've been talking myself out of buying this thing for several years now. Just because I just didn't want to spend the money. And I can't say that I was being cheap. Maybe I was just being frugal. I need to go get my razor blade before I cut my food self. Y'all, let me tell you. Let me tell you. Let me get my big old behind out y'all's way. Sorry about that, y'all. Okay, so I went ahead on and said, just get it, just get it. It was a spring sale, as a matter of fact. I think I was watching Gardening with Lisa, and Gardening with Lisa was talking about hers, how much she and her sister likes theirs. And so I said, just go on and do it, girl. What you waiting on? Because you can't afford to keep falling. So you've got these huge bolts. I already know where I'm going to put it, and I really hope that it's going to go where I'd like for it to go. This is the bracket. So I'll be putting this bracket on first. I need to read the instructions because oh, Lord. See, the bag was already open, and it's got a couple of rubber grommets. I hope they didn't get lost because this bag was open and I only see 2 grommets, so there should probably be 4. But this, yes, you saw the box was not open, but there was a dent in the box, and I had to turn it over and over and over to get it from the door to the from the front door to the back door. So they might have fallen out, not in the house, but maybe inside of this box. Don't know. We'll see. If I have to go back in the house and look, I will. But that bag was open. All right. And nothing fell out of the box. So let's take a look at the instructions before I start deconstructing this box. And I'm not going to let this box sit out. I'm going to break this box down and get this box cut up so I can use it in the garden. Because I had the box over in the corner behind you all. The shredder box sat out there for probably a month of Sundays. And I'm not doing that with this box because I'm trying to clean this patio up. And the next thing I need to do is take it and power wash it. I've gotten almost everything off of it. So next step is power washing, blowing it off one more time, getting all the dirt because hang on, let's talk about it. All right. So a couple of nights ago, I was not anticipating, and I checked the weather forecast pretty much every day. And they were talking about the weather was going to change. Well, I was in bed, and all of a sudden, I heard this complete racket, just commotion. It was just horrible. Looked at the weather forecast, and the wind was between 25 and 35 miles an hour. Y'all, I came out here the next day. All the chairs on the patio, on the dining table, over here in my sitting area, over in my fire pit area, just strolled around the garden. Stuff was just strolled all over the place. I mean, I had to sit my nectarine tree back up. It was leaning. My hibiscus was leaning. The tops to my green stalks was just thrown all over the place. I thought they were going to be missing because they weren't on top of the green stalk. Soil in the green stalks have been displaced. My soil in other pots were blown out and displaced. I had some grape cuttings that were thrown out of the pot onto the ground. I don't think they're going to survive. I'm so upset. The wind is just rude and disrespectful. But let's get into this. So I picked up the Vibor retractable hose. It is 130 feet long because I need a long hose to be able to get to not only what's going on in the backyard, but what's going on the side yard. I probably won't be able to reach the memorial garden, but I'll be able to get the cut flop garden and everything back here. I keep buckets of water over on that side, so me not reaching over there will be just fine. And I will take this death trap of 100-foot hose and put it back in the bucket and take it up front, and I will hook that one up to water the front yard. I always put that bucket back in that bucket, that hose back inside the bucket, but I don't back here. So this has got to go up there. And I'm going to bring that smaller hose back here to attach this to the spigot. So it's a 130-foot retractable hose. And you just saw me pull out the wall plugs and the hexagonal coach bolts and the wall bracket. You saw me pull that out. but that bag was open. So I've got two rubber gaskets that are not in there. There are only two, so there should probably be four. So what I need to do is get that wall bracket mounted on the wall, and then we'll go from there. Um, oh no, it says here there was only two of the rubber gaskets. Now I didn't see a pin. Did I see a pin? Y'all, let me go back over here. I'm not gonna cross over you. Now I'm not dressed for being outside. I got my inside resting clothes on. I do not see a pin in here. That pin appears to be missing. I see two rubber gaskets, and I see four bolts, and I see four with these little, y'all, these little things. It doesn't say what it is. I guess wall plugs, but I do not see a coach bolt. I don't see that. That's not in this. That's not in this bag. And like I said, this bag was open. Oh, I'm annoyed already, y'all. This better be in this box. I tell you what. Okay, so I will need to hang up that bolt and get everything out of the box so that I can see what's what. So let me do that. I hope I can manhandle it. Like I said, I don't have any help. So take the retractable hose reel and remove the securing pin at the base. So maybe the pin is already inside at the base of the mounting tube. Maybe it's already attached. So I think what I'm going to do first, y'all. See, I'm bending down like y'all can see. Y'all can't see what's in this box. I think what I'll do first is I will go get my Sharpie, and I will take the mounting rack, or the mounting. See, I don't forget what it's called. The metal bracket. So I think what I'll do is I'll go take this metal bracket with my Sharpie and make a mark where I want to drill my holes, get the proper drill bit, drill my holes, and then I will need to go and get a wrench of some kind, and then screw this in. So I don't know if I'll show y'all all of that. We'll see. Let me get into it. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. All right, everybody. This is the cut flower garden. And this is the original post that was put up when my original fence gate was here. And I had one on the opposite side of the house as well. They took that down, and I had him sink that post in a 5-gallon bucket filled with concrete so that I could put it in the back of the garden and use it as a just as a post to hold up my sunscreen. Sorry, y'all, tongue tied. And so I want to put, because my spigot is here, unfortunately for me, one of the things that's going on in the city is a lot of houses that are being built are not being built with multiple spigots on it. And this house only came with one. So I hired a young man in my neighborhood, this is his specialty, and he dropped a spigot line right here. He went up in the attic and ran it from the front and dropped it down. So now I have two water sources in the back garden. And I hope he's okay, because I've tried calling him at least 3 times. I've not been able to reach him. I hope that he's fine. But anyhow, this pole right here is the original pole. What I would like to do is to mount this right here. I hope I have enough clearance between the fence and this post in order to get my hose link up here. I would hate to drill the hole and then not be able to sink that hose link up here because of the clearance between the fence and this post. So I think what I might have to do before I make my marks for drilling, because putting it right here would be great. It does swivel, and letting it rest here would be fine. I would hate to put it here and then it will swivel out of the way, but it would be here in the way. And I don't really want it to be right here. I think it'll be more of a nuisance in my way if it sat here, even though it'll swivel and it'll rest here. This will still be jetting out. But if I cannot have it here, then guess where it's going to be? Right here. And I'll just have to learn to not knock my shoulder into it but when I walk through here, because I use this path regularly. I go out that gate, in that gate. I'm always up and down here because my trash cans are down there. So if I'm taking trash out and I don't want to go through the front of the house and through the garage and through the gate, I always come through here. So I need to get that hose link out of the box. I need to see if it can fit here and have enough clearance right here. My thought process is it's not going to. I'm thinking it's not. I think it's going to be too wide. But I'm going to see. And hopefully I can lift it. If not, I may have to commandeer my neighbor over there. I don't know if he's home. I know his babies are outside on the little trampoline thing because he's 27. He can manage it. We'll see. But let's go get that hose link out the box before I make holes, and then we'll see if we can get it right here. Because if not, baby, it's gonna have to go right here. Let me stop procrastinating. Come on, y'all, let's get this done. Okay, everybody, I have everything over here. I've got the hose link. I have the mounting piece. Have my drill. I have everything I need. The only thing I do not have that was not in this box was that pin that is supposed to help secure this inside of here. And I don't have it. It is not in that box. And as I looked at the box, there was a slice in that box right near where the opening for the packet of things was. And so it's quite likely that that little pin fell out. So I'm going to call Vivor. I am going to mount this and I'm going to call Vivor and let them know. And I'll send them a picture that my pin was missing out of my bag. My bag was open. I did get the protection, so they should be pretty amenable for sending me whatever I need, another second pouch of screws and whatnot, bolts and whatnot, but it does fit. It's actually not as heavy as I thought it was going to be, so I'm really happy about that. So I'm going to mount it right here. It's right here at my feet, and I'm actually going to move it out of the way, and hopefully it does not tip over. There we go. I'm going to mount it right here, which means you all are going to have to move because I don't want my back to you all. I think I'm going to put it right here. Okay, let's move you all so that you're not facing my back, and let's get this done. Y'all are a little leaning because the ground is not level. Like I said, we had horrible wind, and there is now a trench where things I'm walking and making a trench, and the wood chips are degrading and making the chips, and the wind has blown some things around. So there's a trench right here. So you're a little bit off tilter. I do apologize. Y'all won't be like that for long. So I'm actually going to put it right here. Try to make it. I should have went and get my level. Y'all, how come y'all didn't tell me to bring that level out here? I could eyeball it. I should go get the level, shouldn't I? Let me go get that level and do this right. Darn it. I'll be back. All right, y'all, excuse the noise. The babies are outside playing, and babies, they scream sometimes. That's just the nature of being a little kid and having fun, right? At least it is nowadays. I asked my mom about that, and she said, y'all didn't scream when y'all were little. And I don't remember my little bird screaming either. But it is what it is. So I am using my level as a magnet on it, and it is level. So I am going to move it out of the way and draw my holes so that I can drill right in the center of these holes. There we go. And that is how you do that. I am in no means an expert, but I have been around when my spouse is doing things, or my spouse was doing things, or my mom. Not so much my dad that I can recall. My mom was the one that, and I do apologize for being so close to the camera. My mom was the one who, she put the vast majority of things together in our house. I don't remember my dad putting together a lot of stuff. He was probably at work or something. So it was always mom and I. So this is one of my drill bit sets. I should have went and got the other one because I believe that this is too small, but we're going to see. And you know what? I may have to go back inside. Sorry, y'all can't see me. Give me a minute. I may have to go into my toolbox and get my other drill bit set. Let me show y'all. Hang on one second. For those who don't know, how I always learn is you kind of measure up your drill bit to the screw that you need to put in, and that's right about the same size. And I don't want to go any smaller. I could go a tiny bit smaller, but then I might have trouble getting that. Yeah, I'm not going to do that because I'll have trouble getting that plastic piece in there. And I totally forgot to bring a rubber mallet. I should have brought my rubber mallet, because what's going to happen is I'm going to have to get this in the hole, and I will need to use my rubber mallet in order to get this in that hole, and it'll probably bend. And actually, I mean, this is going into wood. Why would I need? Hang on, let me read this, y'all. It don't make any sense to use that if I'm putting it into wood. I mean, if I was putting it into cement, I could see. Y'all, let me read, because y'all know I ain't read nothing. I'm just looking at pictures. I was right, y'all. I was like, why would I need that? I'm not putting it into a wall. That's for if you're putting it into some form of a wall so that it doesn't pull the bolt out. I don't need that plug. We putting it right into the wood. Reading is fundamental. So you need to make sure, and it even says on here, you need to make sure that you have the correct size drill bit so that it's very secure, a secure fit for the wall bracket. And you don't want to go too small. So let's just take a look and see. That's how my mom told me how to do it, and I've been doing this a while. You don't want it to go too big, because then the hole will be too big, and then it'll be a hot mess.com. So I think what I might do is I might go ahead on and drill it slightly smaller. Y'all, I'm second guessing myself. I've never drilled it smaller, but I want to get this right the first go round. What y'all think? Because you can't take the wood and put it back. You got to get it right the first time. All right, y'all. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go with a slightly smaller drill bit, just a slightly smaller one, because you want to make sure, in my experience, that you're giving yourself access. You don't want to just drill off into it with your screw and strip it, or your bolt. And I knew I was gonna have to go back in the house. I need to get the little ratchet thing. I'm a mess today, y'all. I'm straight up a mess. So let me go in the house and get my little ratchet so I can put this in here when I'm ready. You know what? No, I'm going to drill the hole first, and then I'm going to take all this back in the house. Then I'll come out with my little ratchet thing and put this in there. So let's drill some holes. Y'all, bear with me, please, okay? Just bear with me. I bought a universal socket set a while back. I don't know if it's going to work or not. I've never used it. I hope I didn't hit y'all. If I did, I'm sorry. I have never used it. This is a universal socket set. It looked like something else, don't it? What y'all can't tell me in the description box what it looked like, but it goes on the end of a pew pew. That's where my mind went. Anyway, y'all have to excuse me. But let me I took it back in the house. Doesn't matter. I'm just gonna try and thread this bolt in here. And I'm right-handed, so this is not working right for me. Let me put this screwdriver. Let me put this drill down and get right, because I'm not going to be able to do it if I don't line it up properly. And I made the hole slightly smaller. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, y'all. Oh, no, I did it. Just barely. Let me get the others. And before I start drilling all this stuff in here, I need to check and see what those little rubber grommet things are for, because I don't see where they fit in. Doobie doobie doo. I don't see where they fit in on here. And y'all already know I didn't read it all the way through. Okay, bracket, bolt, ball, wooden post. Okay. 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 Oh, well, it tells you what size bit to use. There you have it. If you would read, you'd see that. I don't see where it goes, you all. I'm not going to stress over it, because this is going into wood. And if it was going into some type of masonry, I would I'd be a little bit more concerned. But I'm not. Normally you use those types of uh, grommets and stuff up against masonry so that you have like a cushion for the bolt and that little plug thing and what you're trying to put in. Don't fall. Please don't fall. Don't play with me. Okay. I'm just trying to screw these in here a little bit so I can try to get them in with the drill. And you all, these flowers for the citrus smell so delicious. Now I'm gonna have to move this hose link back a little bit more because I don't want to step on anything. And again, I do not know if this is going to work. I have not tried using this bit, so we're gonna see. Go slow. Gonna slow. It does not want to work right for me. It does not want to go all the way in. I'm going to have to go inside. It's going the right way. Whoop! And I took it out the hole. Oh, I will have to go get the proper tool, because this is not really working the way I need it to. And I'm trying to go slow. I guess I might not have enough torque or something. Oh, wait, hold on. Girl, if you use the right number on the drill, you get it, baby. Oh, Lord. Look at that. I got to just use the right number on the drill, y'all. Hang on, I got to get that. Use the right number on the drill, y'all. Ladies, you can do it. I say all the time whenever I pull out my power tools, don't be afraid. Just do it slow. Get in there and get it slow. No, stop it. There we go. I got to put these up in here before I finish getting that in there because I don't want to lose anything. Oh, see, I keep dropping it. Come on, baby. And I keep dropping it because it's not all the way in the hole. It's hard to thread it for me. I have a hard time threading it. That's why it keeps falling out. I don't have that finger dexterity that's going to thread that big old thing into that slightly smaller hole. There we go. There we go. Mm-mm. That's where I need an extra hand, y'all. Use what you got. Use what you got. I'm trying to use my arm. It's gonna take me a few minutes, y'all. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. We gonna get it. Okay, I can't get it in any further, and I don't want to strip him. So I need to wait for some help. I don't have enough power to force, to push it to get it into the wall. But it's in there, and I'm just gonna show you all what it looks like with me getting it up here because it's in there. It's not coming off, but it does have a little bit. I need more power to get it in there, so I'll get it in there, but I can't do it. So what I need to do is figure this piece out because once you put that on there, it says then take the retractable hose reel and remove the securing pin at the base of the mounting tube. The tube did not come with the securing pin. You see this, it's not there. It says remove it, but it's nothing. And then you gotta put the hose reel up on here and then slide it through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get a piece of wire and put a piece of wire in there to kind of secure it. So hold on, let me get this. Let's see if I can get it up here. Ooh. See, now my arms are tired now. I'm wore out. I'm wore all the way out. Oh, let's see. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Ooh. Let's see. Oh. Can you all see what I'm doing? Can y'all see? Y'all probably can't see nothing. But I got it up there. I got it up there. Now I am trying to get this plastic tube to feed through, which it is not doing. Oh, there we go. Y'all probably cannot see, and I do apologize. I'm trying to do this with one hand, and it is not wanting to cooperate with me. Oh, come on, baby. You heavy. Get in there. Oh, hold that thought. Hold that thought. I'm almost there. I just got to get it through that last hole. Come on, come on, come on, come on. You can do it. I don't know why it does not want to go through that little hole. Come on. You are freaking heavy. This is why you need a second hand. It's gonna get in here. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. Had to hold it on my hip like the baby. That's probably why my hip hurt. Lord have mercy. Okay, so there should have been a pin to go right here at the bottom, and I don't have that pin. So I'm going to go cut a piece of metal wire, the wire that I used for my cattle panel. When I wrapped it around the T-post, I'm going to put that in here. So that means I got to go back in the garage and get that. But look, y'all, hang on. Look at my handiwork. I don't care what nobody say. Women, I need for you all to stop talking yourselves out of being able to do something on your own. I see that a lot on this platform, and there is no reason for you not to attempt to do it. It's wonderful when you have someone there to help you, but when you don't have anyone, let's stop talking negatively to ourselves, saying, well, I can't, I can't. It was not as heavy as I thought it was. I rested it on my hip and got it up here. And as you see, it does have plenty of clearance like I thought it would. Excuse my rusty hands. And so I'm going to go get that piece of metal, and I'm going to put that metal right here where it's supposed to go, in a hole. Well, it's not supposed to go there, but I'm going to put it here to keep it from popping out. And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to attach it to the water spigot. But I'm going to go in the garage and get that smaller hose first, and then I'll attach it, and then I'll show you it working. So let me get what I need, and I'll be ready. So I have brought the hose from the garage that I normally keep at the front of the house because it's a shorter hose. I think it might be 50 feet. I'm not sure. But I brought it up here so that I could hook up the hose link to the spigot, which I have done. And I did that with some of that plumber's tape. I don't know. This hose is not the best hose, but it's a hose and it'll do. And I will take some stakes and stake it down and cover this with a wood chip so that I'm not tripping over it. But I cut a little small piece of wire. I don't know if you all can see, but I cut a piece of wire. I'm going to see if I can get it through this hole and bend it like a little hook on the opposite side so that it can hold this securely until I can get a hold of Vivor and have them send me the proper tool. So I am just going to put just a little bit of a bend in it so that it doesn't come loose. Let's switch it back this way. Nope, let's go back the other way. Let's go back this way. So I'm trying, there we go. I can get to it a lot easier over on this side. And I'm just trying to put a slight bend in it so that it doesn't come loose and it doesn't break this plastic plastic pipe. Well, that's not the best solution, but it is what I've got for now. I'm going to put a little bitty bend in here. Let's do it like this. I don't want to bend that pipe, and that pipe is plastic, and this is a very hard metal. See, very hard metal. Let's go bend this back a little bit more. And I'm just trying to put a little hook in it, like that. And y'all see that? And that way it hopefully won't come out. Just like that. Voila. All right, y'all. So now what I want to do is I want to turn it on to see if it works. Right now it's got this little spray nozzle on here, which I probably will not use. So I'm going to take this off because I have one like this that was in the front in the garage and I never use it. So I'm going to put this in the garage. I'm going to go get the other handheld sprayer and use that. Um, Shoot, I might just put let me go put my other one on here. The long handle one that I like to use and see if it'll work. Hold that thought. All right, y'all. So let me throw my tools on the ground. This is the wand that I had to buy because my 12-year-old wand got into an altercation with a rodent and it lost the fight. So I got this one, and this one is I liked it, but I left it outside, and I do believe the swelling and contracting of the plastic has damaged the mechanism here, and so it does not want to stop dripping. So it does drip every now and again, but it is one of the ones that I have that I prefer. Being a gardener, I'm sure you all know that you have the tools that you prefer to use. But just for testing out, I'm going to use what came with it. I have one like this in my garage. I use it in the front of the house. So I'm aware of how this one works. It's not my favorite, but it is what I use when I'm hand watering up front. So but I need a wand like the one that you all saw because I need to be able to spray stuff in the back garden by the fence. So what I'm going to do, and we're just going to double check. Yeah, that's not coming out. That little makeshift, hook thingy is not coming out. All right, there we go. So let's turn the water on, and because it's getting cold and my fingers are cold and I'm ready to go. I'm going to turn my water on and then I'm going to go and see about watering. So I'm going to turn you all around so that you can see me water some of the garden. I don't really need to water a whole lot because it's cold and I already watered a couple of days ago. Most of the garden is nice and moist, but what really needs to be addressed is the fire pit area and the toilet in the back. So that's what I'm going to hit right now. Put a little water in the I call it my little bug watering stand. It's a bird bath. I think I'm actually going to move that bird bath to the front of the house, put some succulents in the little pots that are up there, and let that be a little feature at the front of the house. So I think I am going to move that. Not today because it's cold, and I need to fix that feature because those little pots deteriorated the glue, and it's not a half dome anymore. So it looks janky. But I'll get around to fixing it. But all right, let's see if this works. We're gonna turn the water on. It's a little dirty from me putting it on the ground, but I got a hose reel, y'all. Let's get to watering. The water is flowing into the hose reel water hose from the spigot. There is no spewing water from the spigot connection or the hose reel connection. I did put plumber's tape on both because I wanted to make sure that there would be no water spewing anywhere. I'm trying to make sure that I am not having any leaking of water anywhere because I'm trying to make sure that I'm not spending money where I don't need to spend money because y'all, everything is expensive. So hold that thought. It was pulling out kind of weird, y'all, like it's jerking. Okay, that's kind of strange. Let's make sure that it works. Let's turn it on. Hold on, y'all. There's air in the line. Okay, it's coming out. Not going as hard as I would like for it to. Okay, it's doing it. It's doing it. All right, let's water some stuff. This is what I was talking about. This is my little bird bath that I bought years ago up in North Texas. and I went to the Dollar Tree and I bought these little bitty Dollar Tree ceramic pots, and I glued them all together to make a little half dome, and I put some little cheap Dollar Tree stones in there, the little pebbles and marbles, to make a little bird bath and a little bug watering hole. Well, it's deteriorated, so I need to make another one. But I think I'm going to put this in the front yard, but I'm going to put some water in here. Hope y'all can hear me. I keep water in here so that the bugs, insects, bees, and all that, the wasps and hornets and whoever else visits, can get a drink of water. So I keep just a little bit of water in here, and I keep the marbles and stones so that they don't fall in and drown and die. And I will be fixing this little bitty half half moon pot situation. And my sister bought me a huge succulent pot with several different types of succulents in it for my birthday last year. So I'm going to put some dirt and a couple of them in the top once I fix it, and put a couple of succulents on the top. And then this is going to go in the front garden. So let's walk on down here and water this tire garden and then the toilet. And then we're done with installing my new what? Hose reel by Vivor. They are not sponsoring this video. I would love for Vivor to sponsor me, but they are not. Maybe one day in the future. But if they never do, I paid my own money for this hose reel, and I like it right now. So let's go on down here and let's water up and let's go inside, because baby, it's cold and it's not Christmas time, but it's cold outside. This is my behind the greenhouse tire garden. I wanted some of these flowers in here to be white, but somehow, I guess because I reuse soil, I got some violas or Johnny jump ups. Now that's going to be a little bit too hard. I got some violas and or Johnny jump ups, and they are now in here growing nicely. So I'm not going to displace them. I put some other flower seeds in here. I got some babies growing. That's why I didn't want to hit it with too much hard stream of water. So this little mist will work. And I actually like this mist function. This mist function is really lovely. I don't think my, let me see if I see anything green. Oh yeah, I see some green. Hold on, y'all. I don't know what, but look like it might be a flower seed. But I don't think my lemongrass is coming back down there. But I'm going to shoot some water down there just in case. And what I mean by down there is behind the tower garden. So we're just going to shoot some water down there. Hopefully I didn't displace that little flower that was coming up. I did not. It's still doing fine. I'm going to put a little bit more water down there. I don't know if that lemongrass is going to grow, but I hope it does. It's not looking so promising, y'all. So let's go over here, and I'll show you all what I'm doing over here. I'm not done yet. This is just some preliminary movement, but I'll show you this area over here. So let's take a look. All right, everybody. I hope you all can see. I'm over here behind the black greenhouse. This is the old remnants of the greenhouse. And what I've been doing is clearing out the black greenhouse of different containers. And what I'd like for this to be is my herb garden. So I've got some pots down here that I need to water. I have not watered them in about a week. So the soil looks very dry. I have not sown any seeds yet. A couple of these did have seeds, little baby flowers in them, but they might have succumbed to the elements. You know, when you move stuff from inside of a protected greenhouse to outside, sometimes what will happen is they will not acclimate well. I hope I'm not hitting y'all with my hose, but I'm just trying to get a little bit of water on here to get this soil moist. I'm actually liking this little hose sprayer thing. It sprays nice. So I'm just putting a little water in here, trying to get this nice and moist, get it nice and hydrated. It's probably hydrophobic, which means it's retarding off the water. So we're going to go over here to the toilet, and then that's all I'm going to water for tonight. I just hit this just a little bit with a little water. I may hit it again, but I don't want to depress these babies that are coming up. So let me just get over here and water this toilet. I don't know if you all can see, but this is the toilet. And with my other hose, I could come back here and spray down everything, but I'm actually liking the idea of the hose link coming over here. The hose reel. The only thing I don't like is oh, okay, well, I guess that was just me. I was holding on to the hose, and it was kind of heavy for me to hold the hose and pull. But now that I've stopped, it stopped trying to retract. So I like that. I guess maybe I was doing something wrong. Y'all know this is my first time using it, so I got to get used to it. So this is my pot that I had some moringa. I had a moringa. I have some irises. I put a couple of different seeds in here. Don't ask me what, because I don't remember. Uh, I think I got some nasturtium. I think I might have some sweet William. I may have, I don't know, but I threw some seeds in here, so I got a lot of little babies popping up. So that's exciting. I am missing. I had over in the corner a little container that I was putting rat bait in, and it's missing. Well, that's not a good sign when your little rat bait container goes missing. That means there's something out here that took it away. Lord have mercy. Okay, this is a niece in here. Y'all can't see. Come over here and let me show y'all. I'm gonna have to go in the house and get some more rat poison, because that's a hard pass no for me. Now this container has a little bit of baby anise in it. I only see like maybe three babies. So I'm just gonna lightly sprinkle some water in here to get that soil moist around those babies. And over here in the corner where I missed, there we go. Now, the vast majority of these pots don't have anything in them, and I will be. I'm springing a leak. Okay, I got to fix that. Oh, I know. I twisted it. Okay, there we go. It started leaking from here. I twisted it, so I got to make sure I keep it nice and tight. But I need to go inside and get some rat poison and put some poison out, because that means they're back. And there have been cats in my backyard, so I figured the cat. Let's talk about this, y'all. Y'all can't see me. All right, everybody. I'm gonna take this 100-foot hose and put it in a garage. I have a bucket. I keep my hoses in a bucket. That way, if I need to use them, I just grab the bucket and take it wherever I need it to. And the unfortunate piece for me was I was not putting this hose back in the bucket, which is why I was falling. So I'm just going to roll it down. I'm going to show y'all. Hang on, let me show you. I'm just rolling it down inside the bucket, and it'll fit in here. It'll be a tight fit, but it'll fit in here. The other holes fit in that bucket a whole lot better. And I will eventually go back to that nursery and get that metal stand to get these up off of the ground. That's why they're there, y'all. So I will need to go get that one of these days. Like I said, I'm trying to clean off my patio, and I've already removed the other makeshift when I put that one in the front garden already. And this one will have to go get purchased, but I can't remember what I was saying, y'all. My brain is everywhere because I'm getting cold, and the hose is stuck. Hold on, y'all. I know what I was saying. There has been a couple of cats, neighbor cats, in the back garden. I saw one yesterday as I was opening up the back door to look outside, and it was on the patio, and it was running to get away from me. as if I was going to hurt it. But I was like, don't go, kitty, kitty, don't go. I need you. So I'm going to go and get some bait and put it out because apparently there's something creeping around. I'm hoping it's not a rat. But nothing else besides a possum would be out there messing with that bait, because that's how I trapped the possum. I trapped it with rat bait, y'all. Believe it or not. So let me go get the top to this. It's over here on the table. And then I'm going to put all this back in the garage. You see how that fit in there, y'all? It's a tight fit, but it fit. All right, let's say a proper goodbye. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me in this ragtag of a video with me hauling and moving and pulling and all the things. But I want to thank you for watching me today, watching this video. Leave me a comment if you have a hose reel of any kind. It does not have to be a Vevor hose reel. Like I said, the only reason I got Vevor is because I had been thinking about a hose reel for several years now. I have several other Vevor products. I felt like buying another Vevor product would not be an issue because I have had such good success with what I currently have in my home. And then I saw Miss Lisa from Gardening with Lisa talk about her Vevor hose reels. I think she has two. Yes, one in the front or one by the driveway and then one in the back. And I said to myself, I really need to do better. And I'm working towards doing better. And what I mean by that is not falling down so much. I have the ability to pick up the hose, but I have not been picking up the hose because it's just easier for me to leave it grabbing in water. But that is not healthy for me. And so that I'm not going to the emergency room and paying an emergency bill, I'd rather just buy the hose reel, which is what I did. It wasn't expensive. I even told my girlfriend who gave me the containers that you all saw, those big 20+ gallon containers. She, matter of fact, just gave me 2 more last weekend. I told her about the sale, and she also got her a hose reel, and I want to say $88, the 100-foot, because that's the one I sent her. 78 or 88, one of the two. But yeah, we both got hose reels because she's gardening, I'm gardening. And it's important to be able to make sure that you're not hurting yourself in the midst of the things that you really enjoy doing. And I enjoy being in my garden. I enjoy being able to know that it's a safe environment. And so thank you again for watching me. I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching each and every time you come to the videos and watch. Leave comments, subscribe. I appreciate all of you for all that you do, because you could be watching anybody and yet you come each and every week and you watch me. So until the next time, if no one has told you that you are loved, wanted, and needed in this world, you are. You really, really are. You're important. You are somebody. Walk with your head up high. Keep yourself safe. Keep your loved ones safe. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye for now. Y'all know I almost forgot to take this hose sprayer off, right? Can't do that and turn this water off. Y'all can't see me, but I'm turning my water off and taking that sprayer head off because I don't want to damage it. I do not want to damage it by letting it get too cold out here. Because it is cold. Let's let that air get out of there. Now this one has already been out here in the cold, so I'm not going to concern myself. I'm just going to put that right there. And then I will pick up this hose and get it from laying across. Get it from laying across the ground right here. That way it's not, let me get this bucket. That way it is not a tripping hazard And I'm just going to pick it up and lay it in this bucket. This is the bucket that it lives in when it's not being used. So I'm just going to put it in this bucket and get it off the ground. All right. And now I'm just going to take it and put it over here out of the way. Let's get this top, since it's not going to be raining anytime soon. And we're going to get that bucket right there. And then I will get a stake and stake down this hose so that it is not in the way and I'm stepping and falling on that hose. And so that's it, y'all. Bye now.